Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another unboxing. So, as many of you know from watching this channel, I am a huge fan of eeBrakes. They are made by Cane Creek out of North Carolina. They're handmade in North Carolina. And so if you are someone who wants to wave the American flag about tariffs this, tariff that, well, guess what? These are made in the US. And legend has it that it's only one lady who assembles these all. This was told to me by my podcast co-host, John. So, without further ado, I want you to take a look at these beautiful Aquaking limited edition. And you could see the colors here. There's turquoise, there's gold, there is silver, and of course black. So just a plethora of colors all coming together. And what makes these brakes so special is the braking power and modulation of these brakes. I know that people want to focus on how light they are. And for sure, they are light. There's no doubt about it. The last time I checked the weight, they were about half the weight of a Durace brake set. But that's an added bonus, in my opinion. Unless you are someone who is building a project bike and you want something super, super light, this is definitely the way to go. I guess there's some other brakes out there, but these are ones that I trust because I personally ride them. I think I have them on 3 of my bikes, and they are incredible. The modulation, the braking power, as I mentioned, but also how easy they are to adjust. They, once you install them, which is a little tricky sometimes, but, and what I mean by that is when you're trying to run the brake cable through there, and here's your anchor, it's a little bit of a challenge. But, to, let's say you're, and then also in the rear, depending on how your rear brake cable is coming out of your frame. Now, of course, I ride a lot of externally cabled bikes, so my routing is pretty standard. But you will have, so like let's say the brake sits like this, you will have the loop kind of flare out quite a bit. And so you just got to pay attention to that, because this is coming in on an angle like this as opposed to pretty much down like other standard brakes are. So we talked about power, modulation, ease of adjustment, and then the reason I ride them, so I'm leaving that for last, is because I can fit 32 tires in here. 32 Continental 5000 STR tires with a 25 external and a 21 internal rim. Now those numbers seem very, very low for anyone in the disc brake world, because you're running 24, 25, 28 or whatever internal width on your rims, and then 30 plus rim tires, 34, 36. Yeah, but on a road bike, the biggest detriment on a standard brake bridge, so if you get a long reach, so in other words, the brake bridge is up a little higher and you get a long reach brake so that you can run fenders or mud guards, with those brakes, you can get a much larger tire. Now, is your frame going to allow that? So many carbon frames just won't allow it, right? And you're not going to have the higher brake bridge. But some steel bikes, like my fixed gear, the bike that I rode today, those came with long reach. So the brake bridge is up a little higher. I used to have fenders on that bike. And so this arch here is much taller, right? So you can run a bigger tire. I think the frame might fit 32s, I guess, or more. But you know, not too many bikes are out there, especially the older bikes, because everything was designed like, well, we got to keep everything narrow to make everything stiff, and so your forks you just can't put bigger tires in there. My Tomasini that I've been riding the last like 2 weeks now, maybe, the fork 26 max, it takes a 28 in the back, no problem. Might even take a little more, but 28's more than enough. But yeah, these brakes are beautiful. And I mean, the machining, it's just such a, I mean, it's a work of art. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to just kind of rotate these around. I won't be able to do any B-roll, so this is your B-roll. Nice and slow, I'm going to turn these around. And they are just beautifully made. And this is something where form follows function, because not only are they lovely to look at, but their performance is outstanding. Now, I do have a word of caution for folks out there. These brakes seem to work extremely well as far as lever feel on Shimano. So I want to make sure that folks that ride Shimano know that your lever feel is going to be amazing with these. However, I've built quite a few Campagnolo bikes, and the lever feel is quite mushy, right? It just never seems to be, good action. So if you're running Campagnolo, just a word of caution. I want to make sure that you're not like, oh, George said I should buy these, and I'm not happy, right? So word of caution has been issued. I just don't like the brake feel on a Campagnolo braking system. But on a Shimano system, no problem. I've not done a SRAM system with these brakes because, well, I'm not a fan of SRAM, so I don't get a lot of SRAM builds through the store. But there's your word of caution. And then, of course, because this is an ultra lightweight product, I will talk about weight here in just a minute. But let me make sure I've covered everything in their ad copy. Our newest limited edition Aquaking combines turquoise, black, gold, and a touch of shark fin gray. Okay, so I guess that's what that color is, shark fin gray. Keeping the nautical theme there. And I believe, yes, 100. There's only 125 sets of these being made. So that's really important that you jump on board. If you want a pair, just contact me directly. My email address is always down below. So revcycling@gmail.com. That's the easiest and best way to get a hold of me. Please don't send me a long email. I'm not going to read it. I mean, just cut to the point. I get hundreds of emails per day. As a matter of fact, someone sent me an email, blah, 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 just on and on and on and on and on. And I sent them a response. I said, please condense this to my action items. Then he sent me the condensation. It was something about head wheels, something. And I said, oh, I'm a head dealer. Are you interested in buying a set? Poof. He ghosted me. And you know why? Because people just want to pick my brain. They want to take advantage of my expertise and then not purchase from me. So I need to weed out people who are interested in doing business with me. If you just need information, I've got 1,200 videos on my YouTube channel. Just watch those. But if you contact me directly and you want to take my time, then I'm trying to earn your business because, well, that's why I have a YouTube channel, so that I can open my market to other people, unbox amazing and unique product like this, and let people know that these fantastic things exist. Maybe their local bike shop doesn't know about the Aquaking 125 sets, limited sets. All right, anyway, so what they said here is eeBrakes are a collaboration between acclaimed component designer Craig Edwards and Cane Creek. They are assembled by hand in our facility just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. All right, so there you go. They've released several limited editions of eeBrakes since 2017, each limited to a small quantity. The brakes have become a favorite for custom builders and enthusiasts looking to add character, stopping power to their bikes. All right, so let's move over to my workbench and get you a weight. Now, I will tell you, as I've told many people on this channel before, or I've said in many other videos on this channel, please don't be a weight weenie. Don't be a weight weenie. It's a fruitless effort. And as I always say as well, there will always be something lighter, right? So, all right, so let's see if we can transition over to the workbench. All right, here we go with the front brake. 85 grams. Let's kind of make a better presentation of that. 85 grams for the front brake. Here's the rear brake. It has a smaller post, but yeah, it's only 1 gram difference. And now let's do both brakes so you can see what they are for a set. 169 grams for 2 brake calipers, and I believe that's about the weight of 1 brake caliper on the Dura-Ace level, I think 9100. All right, well, there it is. Now keep in mind, the only thing missing are the brake pads, but other than that, that is a very, very lightweight. So that is your unboxing of the eeBrakes Aquaking limited edition. Now here's the thing. The black pair weighs the same. So if you're not interested in this limited edition, the colors aren't right for your bike or something like that, the black pair is always available. I think they might be doing a silver pair, but the black pair is what I have on my 3 bikes. And they are, I completely endorse these brakes. They are incredible. And I know that they're pricey at, almost $800 for a set, but, quality costs money. Handmade, machined, CNC machine parts or whatever, however they make these, it costs money. And ultra lightweight, stopping power, all that stuff, for it to all work together, that costs a lot of money. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.